Chosen one, you did two bizarre things, and now someone is completely spooked. You didn't even notice. You are not here by accident, and if you feel something pulling you to stay and listen, it is because this moment carries something you cannot afford to miss. I am telling you plainly, without delay, that the two unusual things you did were not random actions. They were movements guided by my hand, and they disrupted something hidden that was quietly working against you. There is someone watching from a distance who felt the shift immediately, and fear entered them because what you did exposed what they tried to keep unseen. Stay with this, because what you are about to understand will protect your path, strengthen your spirit, and open a door that was once blocked. Type Amen to affirm. The first thing you did was step back when everyone expected you to react, and in that silence, you broke a cycle that had been feeding on your emotions. You may have thought you were simply tired or uninterested, but that pause carried power because it denied access to those who were used to your predictable response. The second thing you did was move forward in a quiet decision that you did not even announce, and that quiet step changed the direction of your life without noise. These two actions confused someone who had been studying your patterns, and now they are unsettled because they no longer understand you. What feels small to you was a disruption to something that depended on your old ways. Listen closely, because this is not about fear, it is about awareness and protection. There is nothing stronger than a heart that begins to move in alignment with me, even when it does not fully understand why. The moment you broke your pattern, you stepped out of a system that had expectations over you, and those expectations lost their hold. The one who is unsettled is not powerful over you. They are simply reacting to the loss of control. You are not being watched to harm you. You are being noticed because you are no longer easy to predict. Before you continue, take a second and show your support by liking this video, because this simple action helps this reach the exact person who is meant to hear it at the right moment. There is something important you must understand now. The feeling that something has shifted around you is real, and it is not your imagination. You may have sensed distance from certain people, or a strange silence where there was once noise, and that is because what you did created separation. Not all separation is loss. Some separation is protection, and I am placing distance between you and what cannot follow you into where you are going. You are not being isolated, you are being guided away from interference. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. The person who feels shaken right now is someone who relied on your old version. They understood how you would respond, how you would react, and how they could remain hidden behind your habits, but now you have changed without even trying, and that change has taken away their comfort. This is why things may feel slightly tense or unfamiliar, because your energy no longer feeds what once depended on you. You are not losing control, you are gaining clarity. Do not rush to explain yourself to anyone. Not every shift requires explanation, and not every silence needs to be filled with words. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is continue forward without announcing every step. I am teaching you how to move in quiet strength, how to grow without noise, and how to protect what is being built within you. What is forming in your life is too important to be exposed too early. You may wonder why this had to happen in such a subtle way. The truth is, if it had been loud and obvious, you might have resisted it or doubted it. But because it happened quietly, it slipped past your fears and your overthinking, and it reached the deeper part of you that trusts without needing proof. That is where I work best, in the place where you feel before you understand, and now that it has begun, it will continue to unfold. There is also a blessing hidden in this moment. The same actions that unsettled someone else have aligned you with something greater. Doors that once felt closed will begin to respond differently to you, and opportunities that seemed distant will start to come closer. This is not coincidence, it is alignment. When you move in a way that breaks old cycles, you create space for new paths to open. Pay attention to what feels lighter in your life now. There are burdens that have quietly lifted, even if you have not fully noticed them yet. Conversations that once drained you may feel less important, and situations that once held your attention may no longer pull you in the same way. This is a sign that you are being repositioned. You are not losing interest, you are outgrowing what no longer matches your direction. The one who is unsettled cannot follow you where you are going unless they change, and that is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to keep moving, to keep trusting, and to keep listening to the quiet guidance within you. I am leading you step by step, even when the path does not seem fully clear. You are not walking alone, and you are not making random decisions. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading so quickly everywhere? Recent CIA leaks have revealed a strong brain ritual that triggers an instant flow of wealth. This short technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly transforming lives. From heavy debt to dream vacations, this could be your path to abundance. If you are seeing this, consider yourself lucky, because the page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. There will be moments when you feel tempted to go back to old habits because they feel familiar. But remember this: familiarity is not always safety. What feels comfortable is not always what is right for your future. I am asking you to choose growth over comfort, even when it feels uncertain, because what lies ahead is far greater than what you are leaving behind. You are not strange for changing, you are not wrong for stepping back, and you are not confusing for moving differently. You are evolving, and evolution always disrupts what is used to the old version of you. Let them be confused if they must, because your journey is not meant to be fully understood by everyone. What matters is that you remain aligned with me. There is a quiet strength growing inside you now. It does not need validation, and it does not seek attention. It simply knows. That knowing will guide you through situations where words are not enough. Trust that feeling, because it is my voice within you, steady and clear. What you did may have seemed small, but it marked the beginning of something significant. This is the moment where your path begins to separate from what cannot go with you. This is the moment where unseen protection starts to work in your favor. And this is the moment where you begin to understand that even your smallest actions can carry divine purpose. You may notice that certain connections feel distant, and some situations no longer reach you the way they once did. This is not confusion, this is clarity beginning to take form. I am removing what cannot stay, even if it leaves you wondering for a moment. Type 1111 if you believe. There is something else happening that you must understand. The person who felt unsettled is now trying to figure out what changed in you, and they are searching for the version of you they once knew. But that version is no longer available, and that is why their energy feels uncertain and uneasy. You have stepped into a space where you are no longer reacting from old wounds or old habits. This makes you difficult to read, and what cannot read you cannot control you. Do not be surprised if you sense a shift in how people speak to you or how they approach you. Some may become quieter, while others may try harder to get your attention. This is not because you have done something wrong, it is because your energy has changed. When you move differently, The world around you adjusts, even if it does not understand why. Let it adjust without trying to explain yourself. There is power in what you are becoming, but it is a quiet power. It does not announce itself or demand recognition. It simply exists and changes everything around it. You are learning to carry that power without forcing it, and that is what makes it strong. You do not need to prove anything to anyone for this to be real. The two actions you took opened a door within you that cannot be closed again. One taught you restraint, and the other taught you movement, and together they created balance. Before this, you may have leaned too much in one direction, either reacting too quickly or holding back too long. Now you are learning when to pause and when to step forward. This balance is what will guide you into what is next. Type 222 to receive blessings. You may also feel moments of reflection where you look back and wonder how you used to tolerate certain things. That awareness is not meant to bring regret, it is meant to show you how far you have come. Growth always reveals what no longer fits, and that can feel uncomfortable at first. But do not let that discomfort pull you backward. It is simply a sign that you are no longer the same. There is something being prepared for you that requires this new version of you. If you had remained the same, you would not have been ready to receive it. That is why this shift had to happen in a way you did not expect. It bypassed your resistance and placed you exactly where you needed to be. You are being positioned, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. The one who is unsettled may try to re-enter your space in subtle ways. They may test to see if you will respond the way you used to, but you do not need to engage in the same patterns. Your silence, your calm, and your clarity will be enough. Not every test requires a reaction. Sometimes the greatest response is no response at all. There is protection over you that you cannot fully see, but it is working constantly. What could have reached you before will now find no place to land. This is because you have shifted your position, and what once aligned with you no longer does. You are not being chased, you are being shielded. And that shield is not something anyone can break. As you move forward, pay attention to the small nudges within you. There will be moments where you feel guided to do something simple, and those moments carry more meaning than they appear. Follow them without overthinking. I am leading you through those quiet impulses, and each one is taking you closer to where you are meant to be. You are also learning that not everything needs to be shared. There is strength in keeping certain things within you until the right time. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey while you are still walking it. Some things are revealed only after they have fully formed. Trust that timing, because it protects what is still growing. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into success? A confidential CIA finding exposes a unique 7-second practice that activates money, attracting brainwaves automatically. Backed by science and 4 elite labs, this simple home ritual is helping struggling people move into dream lifestyles. But this page may not stay live. Click the link in the description and comments before it is wiped from the internet. The discomfort you may feel is temporary, but the growth it brings is lasting. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is more aware, more grounded, and more aligned. This version of you does not react from fear, it moves from understanding, and that is what makes it powerful. There will come a moment where everything begins to make sense, and you will see how these small actions created a larger shift. You will understand why certain things had to change, and why certain people had to fall back. That understanding will bring peace, and it will remove any doubt that you may feel now. Do not rush this process. Growth is not something that needs to be forced or completed quickly. It unfolds in its own time, and every step has a purpose. Allow yourself to move through it without pressure. You are not behind, and you are not missing anything. You are exactly where you need to be. The person who is unsettled will eventually stop trying to understand you, because they will realize that you are no longer within their reach. This is not something you need to worry about or focus on. Their journey is separate from yours. Your focus must remain on your own path and your own growth. You are being guided into a place where your peace will become your priority. Situations that disturb that peace will no longer feel acceptable to you, and that is a sign of maturity, not weakness. You are learning to protect your energy without guilt. That is something many struggle to do, but you are beginning to master it. What is ahead of you will require this level of awareness and strength. You are being prepared for something greater than what you have experienced before. That preparation may feel subtle, but it is real. Every change you feel is part of that preparation. Stay grounded in this moment. Do not let your thoughts pull you too far ahead or too far back. The present is where your strength is, and it is where your clarity will come from. Trust what you feel now, even if it does not fully make sense yet. You are not alone in this process. I am with you in every step, guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you. Even when you feel uncertain, there is a steady presence within you that will not leave. That presence is your anchor, and it will keep you steady through every change. This shift is not ending here. It is only the beginning of a larger transformation that will continue to unfold. What you have experienced so far is just the first movement. There is more coming, and it will build on what has already started. There is a deeper layer to what happened that you are only beginning to understand. Those two actions did more than disrupt a person. They disrupted an entire pattern that had been following you for a long time. That pattern relied on your old responses, your old fears, and your old habits. When you stepped out of that without even realizing it, you removed the foundation that held it together. Now it has nowhere to stand, and that is why everything feels different. You may feel moments where your mind tries to question this change. It may try to pull you back into overthinking or doubt, asking you if you are imagining things or if you have changed too much. But listen carefully. This is not confusion. This is your mind catching up to what your spirit already knows. Growth often feels unfamiliar at first, but unfamiliar does not mean wrong. It simply means new. There is also a quiet confidence building within you that you may not fully recognize yet. It is not loud or forceful, but it is steady and calm. You are beginning to trust your own decisions in a way you did not before. You are no longer seeking constant validation from others to feel secure. This shift alone is powerful enough to change the direction of your entire life. Type 555 to affirm. The person who felt unsettled is now facing something they did not expect. They are realizing that their influence over you has faded, and that realization brings discomfort. But you must understand, their reaction is not your responsibility. You are not here to maintain someone else's sense of control. You are here to grow into who you were meant to be, regardless of who feels uncomfortable with that change. There is something else you must pay attention to. You may start to notice new opportunities or new connections appearing in your life. These may come in subtle ways, not as something overwhelming or dramatic, but as simple openings that feel right. Do not ignore these moments. They are not random, they are aligned with the new path you have stepped onto. You are also learning to listen to your inner voice more clearly. Before, it may have been drowned out by noise, opinions, or fear. But now, as things quiet down around you, That voice becomes easier to hear. It will guide you in ways that logic alone cannot. Trust it, even when it leads you in directions that do not make immediate sense. There will be moments when you feel like you are between two versions of yourself, one that is familiar and one that is still forming. This can feel uncomfortable, but it is a natural part of transformation. You are not losing yourself, you are becoming more of who you truly are. The old version is fading, and the new one is rising. Do not rush to define who you are becoming. Allow it to unfold naturally. Growth is not something that needs to be forced into a label or a clear identity right away. It reveals itself over time through your actions, your choices, and your experiences. Be patient with yourself as this happens. There is also protection in what you do not know. Not everything needs to be revealed to you all at once. Some things are hidden for your benefit, so you can move forward without fear or hesitation. If you knew everything, you might hold back. But because you do not, you continue moving, and that movement is what brings you forward. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many people are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has surfaced, revealing a brain technique that pulls in wealth almost like magic. It takes just 7 seconds, can be done at home, and is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving debt behind and enjoying luxury right now, but this information might be removed soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You may also notice that your reactions to certain situations have changed. Things that once triggered you may now feel distant or unimportant. This is a sign that you are no longer operating from the same emotional place. You are becoming more grounded, more stable, and more aware. This is not weakness, this is strength. The energy around you is shifting in response to who you are becoming. People who align with your new state will begin to feel more comfortable around you, while those who do not may drift away. This is not something to fear, it is simply alignment taking place. Not everyone is meant to stay in every chapter of your life. You are also learning that your peace is valuable. It is not something to be given away easily. You are beginning to protect it in ways you did not before, and that protection is necessary for what is ahead. Without peace, you cannot fully step into what is being prepared for you. There will be moments where you feel a quiet excitement, even if you cannot explain why. That feeling is a sign that something is aligning for you. It is a subtle reminder that you are on the right path. Do not ignore it or dismiss it. Allow yourself to feel it and move with it. The shift you created is continuing to expand. It is not limited to one area of your life. It is reaching into different parts, changing things in ways you may not fully see yet. This is why it is important to stay aware and present. The more aware you are, the more you will recognize these changes as they happen. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is more aligned, more aware, and more intentional. This version of you does not act out of habit, but out of understanding. That alone changes everything. It changes how you move, how you speak, and how you respond to the world around you. The person who was unsettled will eventually stop trying to figure you out, because they will realize that you are no longer the same. And when that happens, their influence will fade completely. This is not something you need to force or rush. It will happen naturally as you continue to grow. You are not meant to stay where you were. You are meant to move forward, to expand, and to step into something greater. This shift is just the beginning of that movement. There is more ahead, and it will continue to unfold as you stay aligned. There is something deeper you must understand about the one who felt shaken. Their fear did not come from your strength alone, it came from losing access to your weakness. Before, there were places within you that were easy to reach, easy to influence, and easy to disturb. But now those places are no longer open in the same way, and that is what unsettled them. When access is removed, confusion follows, and that is exactly what they are experiencing now. You are not required to confront this directly. Not everything needs a visible reaction or a spoken response. Some victories are silent, and some changes are meant to be felt rather than explained. You have already done what was needed without even realizing it. Now your role is simply to remain steady and not return to what you have already outgrown. Type 222 to receive blessings. As you continue forward, you will begin to sense a different kind of strength within you. It will not feel like pressure or force, but like a calm certainty that stays with you even in uncertain situations. This is the kind of strength that does not break under stress, because it is not built on external validation. It is built on alignment, and alignment creates stability that cannot be shaken easily. There may be moments when you feel a pull from the past, a subtle urge to go back to old ways of thinking or reacting. This is natural, because your mind is still adjusting to the new patterns you have created. But do not mistake that pull for a sign that you should go back. It is simply a reminder of where you came from, not where you are meant to stay. You have already moved beyond that point. You are also becoming more aware of your boundaries, even if you have not clearly defined them yet. You are starting to recognize what feels right and what does not, what deserves your attention and what does not. This awareness is guiding you to protect your energy in ways you did not before. And this protection is necessary for what is coming next. There is something being prepared for you that requires this level of clarity. If you were still operating from old habits, you might miss it or mishandle it. But now, because you have shifted, you are ready to recognize it when it appears. It may not come in the way you expect, but you will feel a sense of alignment when it does. That feeling will be your confirmation. Do not be surprised if certain doors begin to open quietly. These doors may not be obvious at first, but they will present themselves through opportunities, conversations, or simple moments that feel meaningful. Pay attention to these, because they are part of the path unfolding for you. You do not need to chase them, you only need to be aware when they appear. There is also a change happening in how you relate to others. You may find yourself less interested in drama, less affected by negativity, and more drawn to peace and understanding. This is not detachment, it is growth. You are no longer feeding what drains you, and that changes everything. When you stop feeding negativity, it loses its power over you. The one who felt unsettled is beginning to understand that they cannot reach you the same way anymore. This realization may cause them to step back, or it may cause them to try one last time to reconnect with the old version of you. But you do not need to respond in the same way. Your consistency in your new state is enough to show that things have changed. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping regular people move from broke to prosperous. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible. But this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. There is no need for confrontation or explanation. Your actions have already spoken clearly. You have moved differently, and that difference has created a boundary that did not exist before. Boundaries do not always need to be spoken. Sometimes they are simply lived, and that is what you are doing now. You are also learning to trust the process, even when you cannot see the full outcome. This trust is what allows you to keep moving without fear. It is what keeps you grounded when things feel uncertain. And it is what connects you to the guidance that is leading you forward. There will be moments when you feel a sense of peace that seems to come from nowhere. This peace is not random. It is a sign that you are aligned. It is a reminder that you are moving in the right direction, even if the path is not fully visible. Hold on to that peace, because it will guide you through moments of doubt. You are not becoming someone else, you are becoming more of who you truly are. The layers that once covered your clarity are being removed, and what remains is something stronger and more authentic. This is why things feel different, because you are no longer operating from a place that is not true to you. There is also a quiet confidence in your decisions now. You may not announce it or show it outwardly, but you feel it within. You are less likely to second-guess yourself and more willing to trust your instincts. This confidence will continue to grow as you keep moving forward. The shift you created is not temporary, it is a permanent change that will continue to shape your life in ways you cannot fully see yet. What you did may have seemed small, but it set something in motion that cannot be undone. This is why it is important to stay aligned with what you have started. You are being guided into a space where your life will feel more intentional, more meaningful, and more aligned with who you are. This space requires the version of you that is emerging now. It cannot be entered with the old patterns you left behind, and that is why this transformation is necessary. As you continue on this path, remember that you are not alone. There is a presence guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you every step of the way. Even when things feel uncertain, that presence remains steady. It is what keeps you moving forward, even when you do not fully understand why. What is ahead of you will continue to build on what you have already done. Each step will reveal something new, something that brings you closer to what is meant for you. You do not need to rush or force anything. Everything is unfolding in the right time. The person who felt unsettled is now experiencing distance, not just physically, but energetically. They can sense that they no longer have the same connection or influence they once had. This is not something you need to fix or worry about. It is a natural result of your growth. When you rise into a different state, not everything can rise with you. You may notice that you are no longer drawn to the same conversations or environments. Things that once felt normal may now feel draining or unnecessary. This is not because you are rejecting others, but because you are choosing alignment over habit. Your energy is becoming more refined, and it is guiding you toward what truly matters. This is how you protect your peace without even trying. Type 1111 if you believe. There is also a strengthening happening within your spirit that is making you less reactive and more grounded. You are no longer pulled in every direction by emotions or external pressures. Instead, you are learning to pause, to observe, and to respond with intention. This is a level of control that cannot be taken from you once it is developed. It becomes part of who you are. You are stepping into a space where your presence carries weight, even when you say very little. People may begin to notice something different about you, even if they cannot explain it. This is because you are no longer operating from uncertainty. You are becoming steady, and that steadiness is felt by those around you. It creates a quiet respect that does not need to be demanded. There will be moments where you reflect on how much you have changed, and it may feel surprising. You may wonder how you were able to shift in such a subtle yet powerful way. The truth is, you did not do it alone. You were guided, even when you did not realize it. Every step you took was influenced by something greater, something that saw what you could not yet see. You are also learning to trust timing in a deeper way. Before, you may have tried to rush things or force outcomes, but now you are beginning to understand that what is meant for you will arrive at the right moment. This trust removes pressure and replaces it with peace. It allows you to move forward without fear of missing out. The shift you created is opening space for new experiences to enter your life. These experiences will not feel forced or overwhelming. They will feel natural, as if they belong in your life. This is how you will know they are aligned with you. When something is right, it does not need to be chased. You are also becoming more aware of your own value, not in a loud or boastful way, but in a quiet understanding of what you deserve. You are less willing to accept less than what aligns with your growth. This is not pride, it is self-respect. And self-respect is essential for the life you are stepping into. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. The one who felt unsettled is now fading from your focus, even if they still exist in the background. This is because your attention is shifting toward what is ahead, not what is behind. What you focus on grows, and you are choosing to focus on your growth. This choice alone changes everything.